Lightworkers are spiritual beings who come to this earth for the purpose of learning the art of transmuting darkness into light. If you're wondering whether you are a lightworker, that might be your very first sign, because often lightworkers have an awareness at their core that they came here with a unique purpose. Perhaps even the term lightworker struck a chord deep within your soul. This is true in most cases for lightworkers. They hear that term and instantly find a sense of home, a sense of community with it, simply by identifying themselves with that word lightworker. And in this podcast, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 other very strange signs that you are a lightworker. Signs you will immediately recognize because they are actually very obvious. They are hidden in plain sight our entire lives as lightworkers. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. Click the subscribe button if my content resonates with you. I would love if you could join our community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. Now, let's dive right into 3 strange signs you are a lightworker. Sign number 1 is simply that you chose a very challenging life path. And I say you chose it because regardless of the soul amnesia we experience, that soul forgetting, we are eternal, but often we don't remember this fact when we're young. We're taught by society that we only have this one lifetime, that life begins with our birth and ends with our death. But those of us who go through a spiritual awakening, likely you who are out there watching this video, we reawaken to the eternity within us. We reawaken to the truth that we have existed always before and will exist always after this lifetime. Lightworkers on a soul level choose families, communities, situations, circumstances of life that they understand prior to incarnating here on earth will be very challenging. They agree to come to this earth to forget that they chose this challenging path in order to experience it in its fullness, to experience the full spectrum of living, the pain, the heartbreak, the trauma, all for the purpose of learning the art of light working. Light working is the art of transmuting darkness into light. So it only makes sense that light workers choose these challenging paths of darkness in order to learn this beautiful light working art by first transmuting their own darkness into light, and then later on in life, beginning to assist others in transmuting darkness as well, uplifting the vibration of all human consciousness on planet Earth. The second strange sign you could be a light worker is that you've always connected with spirituality in some way, even from a young age before you realized what you were doing. I selected an amethyst stone to set beside me while doing this podcast video because it reminds me of my own childhood roots, of my own story of reawakening to the truth of my soul and to the fact that I myself am a light worker. This amethyst stone is one that I felt so irresistibly pulled to as a child. Long before I knew about the properties of crystals or anything about spirituality, I was drawn to this crystal. I bought it when I was young, and I would at times just hold it, and I would feel this energy from it, and I would focus upon it. And I didn't realize that through that strange, small exercise of just holding that crystal, focusing my powerful intention on it, I was actually channeling my own energy through this crystal to assist me in healing myself and raising my vibration and opening my third eye chakra, because of course the amethyst is connected to the third eye. But all of this was done very unconsciously, very naturally. I had the same experience, or a similar experience, when I would go out into the forest near my house completely alone as a child. I would wander around the forest, and I preferred to be by myself even when I was really young. And I would find an open meadow in the middle of the forest, and I would just lay there, and I felt as though I was at home within the trees, as though I had some kind of community there in nature, although I was completely alone. Many of you may have the same experiences of feeling deeply connected either to this earth, to nature, to certain elements of spirituality long before you understand the meaning of these things consciously. This could be because you are a light worker. You had that seed of understanding of spiritual matters planted so deeply within you that you began to act on that inner unconscious soul knowing completely naturally and unconsciously, even as a child. The third sign, the strange sign that you are a light worker, is you've always had this sense of restlessness about your life. You've always felt as though there is something you need to be doing, some purpose you are here to fulfill, something you must share with the world. And this feeling of restlessness drives you to, at times, act, speak, and think in different ways from the people around you. You may find it difficult simply to just party, to let loose, to just live what others would call a carefree life, because you have this nagging feeling. Even if you do those things or participate in those things, beneath it all, you have this nagging sense that there is so much depth to your own being and to this life that you are here to experience. You have this sense that there is something you came here to do, that you must do, even if you can't fully put into words what that thing is. You are sensing in these moments of restlessness and these nagging feelings of uncertainty about what you came here to do. You probably are one of those people that roll over in your mind over and over again ideas of what you want to do, create, or be in the future. And you've probably done this from a very young age. Maybe when your peers were just playing and having a good time when you were a kid, you were thinking of all the things you wanted to do when you were older, or you were daydreaming, or you were writing or creating something. If you resonate with the signs in this video, and if you've stayed this long in the video, that alone is a very powerful sign that you are a light worker. Because to most, these signs would seem strange and completely foreign, but to you, listening to this podcast, they seem familiar. And I want you to know that if this connects with you, you are not alone. Oftentimes, lightworkers are placed into families and communities where they experience a deep loneliness. They choose to feel like an outcast early in life because They choose to be the light within the dark. But now you have experienced that darkness. You know how to transmute dark into light. You are ready to attract your tribe, your people, to find others who think the way you think, who came here with a purpose, just as you did. And I hope that through this community, through this platform here on YouTube, you can find some sense of that community. Please do subscribe to this channel if my messages here resonated in your soul. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. If you are a lightworker, if you identify as a lightworker, this also means you are likely extremely empathic, energetically sensitive. And because of this, it is so vital to your spiritual journey, awakening, and transformation that you have the courage to clear your mind, clear your energy of all others' thoughts and expectations for you and about you, and truly center in on what you came here to do, what you chose to create on this planet in this lifetime prior to incarnating here on Earth, to throw off all of that negative programming deeply implanted into our subconscious minds by a broken society. I have created a 7-chakra clearing subliminal that I personally use every single morning for just this, to clear my energy field, clear my mind of all residual negative energies and subconscious beliefs, and magnetize my energy for my desires. Since I've started using this in the fall, everything in my life has truly began to transform. My channel, my work, my love life, my health. As soon as I chose to throw off the negative programming that had been unconsciously implanted into my subconscious mind and magnetize my energy for what I truly desired to create, everything in my life started to change. So I am now so excited to be able to share this subliminal with so many of you as well. If you would like to learn more about my 7-chakra clearing, click the link in the pinned comment or the description box under this video. When you create a 7-day free trial account on my site, you can access this chakra clearing as well as any of the more than 100 subliminals I have created. Thank you so much for being here, for sharing this time and space with me here on YouTube. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again in the next podcast.